Bitch, I cannot believe how fast the year has gone by. This whole entire year has been so magical. It's been so magical. And something that I want to say is, when I first knew that I wanted to come to Clark, it was when I first pulled into this exact parking garage. It's funny because, like, when my dad pulled up, I just came and I was like, this feels familiar. Like, this just feels right. And then when I was on the campus and I had that whole experience, you know, it just felt familiar. But now that I've, like, lived it a few months in, it's funny because this space is just so sacred to me. Like, this exact spot is, I don't even know how to explain it, but I'd be up here all the time. First of all, the view is taking it. Like, I don't know, it's just funny because I'm up here all the time for no reason. Like, it's just very peaceful, and the sun actually shines right here, and I like to be outside, so this is the only option. But it's just funny. So I just think it's crazy because this whole year has been incredibly magical for me. I've manifested crazy things into my life, which, like, I knew I was, like, capable of, but, like, seeing it all play out was really dope. And I actually feel like I'm in a place where, you know, I'm proud of all the things that I've done. Like, I feel like I spent so much time just feeling like, I don't know, like, I felt so much time punishing myself for just a bunch of different things. Like, it felt like the growth was in my mentality and my relationship with myself. And, like, I don't know how to explain it, but when you're in certain environments, you know, it's hard to grow. So for me to have been able to fully step away into my own environment, I just feel like I've been so much more in tune with myself. So I say all of that to say that this year has been full of magic. It's been full of magic, like, literally. And I can't even explain it, but, like, every single thing feels magical. And I've built some routines and some, like, new habits that, like, have really helped me transform. And I think it's crazy because, you know, I feel the same, but everything is different in a good way. And it feels like, you know, the healing that I'm feeling is, like, deep within. It's like, it's in the spirit, like, it's cellular, like, literally. So I feel like the work that I've been doing internally has just been reflecting externally. And I think that's what magic is, honestly. And that's what I mean when I'm saying magic. Like, I think that's what magic is, like, when you're able to create from the inside out. That's literally all that it is. So I just think it's crazy, like, the way everything played out. You know, and everything feels very much so in alignment. Like, I could not have really seen anything else. Like, I feel like there was different doorways that I could have stepped into, and I'm just really glad that I chose this one. You know what I mean? Like, because I could see how the other ones would have played out, but I don't know. As of right now, things feel very much so in alignment. I feel very much so, like, in a place where I feel rooted. And what that means for me is, like, I feel like I feel stable, if that makes sense. And I feel like from here I can actually look into, like, my roots and do the shadow work and look into my past and really, like, be comfortable doing deep work on myself because I feel stable. And it just feels like that's really what it is. Like, the last environment that I was in kind of just didn't really feel stable. It felt like, you know, me doing the transformation that I need to do would have been uncomfortable, if that makes sense. I don't know if that really does make sense, but it's a really deep thing that I'm really trying to, like, figure out how I'm going to express for real. But I feel like, and the magic, I feel like, has shown up in my daily life and, like, the routines that I've had. Like, I feel like doing yoga every day feels so fun and magical because I can feel my energy moving through like my breath, and I can set my intentions, and I can like tune into my body, and that's like the physical thing that I can do and stretch, and it feels really good. And then doing my why did Miss Christine, y'all, my family has a psychic, and she told me, every single time I talk to her, she would tell me, girl, you need to meditate, you need to meditate, you need to meditate. And I would be like, okay. And then I would try, and then I would give up after a little bit. But why, like, recently I've been doing it every morning, every night, every morning, every night, or like at least like once a day. Or if I didn't get to do it one day, I'll do it extra long for another day. You know what I mean? I've been trying to make sure that I'm doing it consistently. And why? Like, it just feels magical, because it feels like in that time, in that literal space that you build with yourself, you can, you know, be aware of what's you and what isn't. And then once you filter out, you know, what's real, what isn't, you know, trying to like, I don't know how to explain it, but my brain is very active. Like, I don't know. So, like, when I be in meditation, it just be like, I can just see all my thoughts. And I just, you know, just choose to love them all. But then just choose to keep the ones I like and let the other ones go. But then sometimes, you know, I just want no thoughts, you know. Just, like, cleanse the energy, cleanse the space. I don't know how to explain it, but, like, sometimes I'll just focus on, like, a color. And that's enough for me. Because, honestly, I think I realized that my brain is stimulated enough. I think that, oh, my God. This is another one. I think that social media just overstimulates me a lot, low-key. And, like, I just feel like I'm so conditioned to just be on my phone all the time. But I think I'm realizing that, like, my brain is entertaining enough. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but, like, my brain is entertaining enough. Like, I could just sit in space, just taking up space, and just be entertained. And that feels more authentic to me, you know what I mean? Instead of like consuming whatever everyone else is doing, because that's really honestly what social media is. So the more that I just kind of been just sitting like in silence, that's what I mean. It's like thinking about my thoughts. That's enough for me. Like, I could just sit there. And then also, like, something that I've been doing is, instead of like waking up and going on my phone, I've been waking up and grabbing a book instead. And like, that low-key dead ass has been helping me. And it's crazy because my dad used to tell me to do that as a child, and I would always be like, no, nigga, like, I'm not doing that. Like, what are you talking about? I'm not, like, what are you talking about? Like, I'm not gonna do that. And I don't even know, like, as a kid, like, I just had a lot going on. And like, at a time I thought I was dyslexic. Like, it's a lot going on. But, you know, the older that I am and the more that I, like, you know, that's what I'm saying, I'm rooted and I have the space to grow and explore and do what I need to do for me. It's like, okay, like, I can find comfort in creating new routines that actually benefit me. So I don't know how to explain it, but like, I feel like the more that I've been transforming the way that I perceive myself in the world, it's like the world around me has been transforming, and it's been feeling more magical, because it just feels like each and every experience, like the amount of things, like, I don't even know, I'm gonna have to make a list of the amount of things that I attracted and I didn't even mean to. Like, it's a lot of incredible people in my life that have just really just chef's kiss. Like, I'm just so proud of them, and I'm so proud of us, and it's just I don't know. And I'm so proud of, like, I could go on a whole tangent, but we're not gonna do all that. All I'm gonna say is, girl, we have done a lot. We have transformed. We have done exactly what we said we was gonna do. And that's crazy, because I'm actually, like, so proud of myself. Like, and it's funny because I've, like, never actually felt this way authentically before. And I genuinely feel this way now. And it's like, for me, that means a lot, because I went from being somebody who always felt like everything I did was wrong. I was always trying to please somebody. I was always, like, I just never felt, I don't know how to explain it. I just never felt like I was worthy. I just felt guilty and just like I had to save the world. I don't know, I had a lot of anxiety and stuff going on, and I still do, but I think that now, like, I can live with it and I can understand it, and I don't, like, have to be it all the time. And I just genuinely forgive myself. And I think that's something that I just really am ending the year on. It's like, bitch, I just forgive you. I forgive you. I forgive you for everything. Like, because I just been reflecting on my whole entire childhood. This whole year, I feel like my whole childhood has came up. I can't explain it, but this entire year, I've been like, what is this ghost of my past? Like, I felt like my inner child was just creeping up on me everywhere. And I was just like, yo, what the fuck is going on? But now I understand, like, I have to face her and I have to embrace her. And that's really what I'm ending the year on. Like, it's forgiveness of the self. And that's really what I want to conclude on, because that's really been the transformation. So, yeah. It's currently December. It's the end of the year. I left my camera inside, so we're stuck with the phone. But I just had to say that if I have learned anything this year, it's that magic is real. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Magic is real. My life is literally an example of it. Everything that I ever talked about that I wanted to attract this year in January happened in one way, shape, or form. And in ways grander than I could have ever even expected. I learned that not only the magic inside me, like, not only is it really, like, it's really there. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, I really believe in it. I really feel it in me. It's like I can actually see it reflecting externally. Whether that be through, like, the different abilities. Why am I literally clairvoyant, clairaudient? I can see shit, feel shit, hear shit, connect with shit, in and out, all types of shit. And why, like, oh, I'm also an empath, like, for sure. We knew this, but I'm really an empath for sure. Like, when I tell you, I feel like I've been asking to be given clarity on, like, what exactly is going on with me, and the clarity has been given. And I have literally seen in action everything that I needed to see. So it's like, okay, I understand what's going on now. And why the fuck, like, everything that I had wanted to gain out of the deepening in my spiritual journey is happening. And I've had so many experiences this year that have confirmed that there's a lot of power within me that I can choose to use, that's already there, that's been there, like, that no one, like, that I kept asking for permission to use, but no one had to give me the permission for it. That I needed to give myself permission to access. Sorry, that was a whole jumble of words. But yes, like, it was like I was asking for permission from others, but I just need to give myself the permission to access what was already there. And the magic was already within me. And to sum it up, it's like, I feel like I genuinely believe in my ability to transform and in my ability to evolve, and in the fact that the path that I'm paving and the journey that I'm on is aligning with the destination that I've already been seeing. Because I don't know how to explain it, but I've been able to see and, like, visualize every pace of my life that I've been in, if that makes sense. Every month I've been able to, like, understand my energy just a little bit more and understand kind of, like, where I'm going. And this year, I feel like I gained so much confirmation in what I was feeling in January, at the beginning, before the year even started. So it's like, now that I'm looking back on everything that has happened, I'm like, shit, we gonna have to really, like, lock it and push it together. And I feel like there's something divine about just the era of the world that we're in right now. And I feel like the actual planet is shifting in ways that I can't even explain. Like, humanity and, like, our consciousness together is shifting in ways that, like, I feel like is being expressed so much more clearly. I feel like the artists of the world and the creators of the world are kind of, like, expressing this voice that has been hidden for a really long time but has existed within the collective unconscious. So I feel like things are becoming so much more clear for everybody. And I feel like for me, all of my clarity has been found through going back in my past. looking at my past and my ancestry, using that to like understand what's going on now, and using my understanding of now to understand what's coming. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's showing up for different people in different ways. So for me, the magic has been in noticing the patterns in my life, the patterns and the synchronicities and the habits and the limiting beliefs and the mental objects and all the things that I had going on in my head that were repeating cycles, breaking those cycles of like believing the same thing that I've been believing before, because I have this deep desire to transform, and I feel this at this exact time because I feel like the whole collective is feeling this at this exact time. But this year, and also the astrology of this year, especially mixed with the numerology of this year being a number 8 here, dog, this year has been transformative for a lot of people, I'm sure. So for me, like I'm internalizing this transformation, and to me it feels like, it just feels like a deep desire to learn from my past and learn from history and learn from the cycles that have been repeating, and to learn from the stories that I've been telling myself and the motivations that I have and the habits that I have. And as I've been going to therapy recently, it's like I've been able to bring voice and bring light to these things that existed in my conscious mind, but like in the back of my conscious mind. So I would never talk about it, but like I would feel it, and like I would get overwhelmed by these thoughts of like, you know, I would be doing shadow work in my head, like in the middle of a regular ass conversation with another person. And I would just be like, wait, like I'm noticing these things about myself, like hold on, like let me just, something's coming through right now. But I'm starting to understand that I'm just very like perceptive of myself because of these obligations that I feel spiritually to myself. Because it's like, knowing who I am spiritually, I have to lock in on my own mental stuff so that I can bring more clarity to my own mind. And that's really where the magic has came in, because as I've been gaining clarity on myself and on my mind, it's like I've been able to bring up things from even my inner child, from deep down my inner child when I was like 13 or 14. I've been able to bring things up and bring clarity to her mind. So me being able to do this work on myself, and me being able to be in an environment where I have access to everything that I literally need to be able to do this work on myself, has been the transformation and has been the thing that I feel like is pivotal for me to be able to take the next step and to take that leap. Because I feel like next year, child, we gonna do a whole nother video about my predictions for next year, but I have a feeling about next year. So I just want to say that. I just want to put that out there. I love you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for witnessing me and all of whatever I am. I hope that you kind of feel what I'm feeling. I hope that you kind of picking up on what I'm picking up on. I love you, and have a great, blessed rest of your day.